All right. So let's start it from this question here. Okay. So yeah, from question one. So take a look at this question, and so here the first question is, see, explain which level of output represents profit maximization for the firm. So anyone who can give me the answer for 1A. So for 1A, the answer is, so what is the profit maximizing output in this question? Yeah, just type the answer in the chat box. That's all right. So where is it? Q3. Okay, Q3 is correct, right? So okay, can anyone tell me once again the profit maximizing equation? What is that? Where can yeah, MC equals MR, right? Yeah. So this is how we can find the profit maximizing output, right? So see here, this is your MC curve, and you have your MR curve, right? And the intersection point here, that is profit maximization output. Look, when you look down, Q3, okay? Yeah. So question A, very simple. Okay, so that's how you get it. Okay, Q3. Okay, what about question B? So explain which level of output represents the most economically efficient. Well, I would say this question is not that clear. Okay, so I would say, well, you can answer me both. Okay, so where you can find allocative efficiency and where you can find productive efficiency. So for allocative efficiency, so Q2 allocative. Okay, so but Q2 here. Okay, can you explain it? Like, how do we find allocative efficiency at Q2? How? Q3 allocative, Q2 productive. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Elise and Ian, yeah, you guys have the correct answer. Okay, right? Because you see here, right now the price is over here. Okay, at W, right? And when we are using the profit maximizing output, right? We know that, okay, when MC equals MB, so which is your demand, then you will find allocative efficiency, because that's the point where the resources are being allocated efficiently in the society. Okay, in the society, right, is very good in terms of distribution of resources. Okay, so here at Q3, okay, in this diagram, you can find allocative efficiency. But when we are talking about productive efficiency, we are trying to talk about the output where you have the lowest cost. Okay, and you know that, see, because of the relationship between MC and ATC, this point here, the intersection point here, that is the lowest, okay, ATC that you can get. All right, so when we know that, so when we just look down, then we know at Q2, if you produce your product at Q2, then you are producing it at the lowest average cost. Okay, right? Because if you are producing it here, then your average cost will be at here. So so at Q2, that is your productive efficiency. Okay, so make sure you remember the difference between allocative efficiency and productive efficiency. Okay, so later on I will put up the answer here. Okay, and the answer for B here is incorrect. Okay, so you just have to make sure that when you are reading the answer, be careful of 1B. Okay, because what it says here is not correct. Okay, you see here even talking about economies of scale. Okay, so when can we see economies of scale? When? Yeah, in the long run, right. Yeah, and when you look at the question, look at this. You see, it is talking about short run. So obviously, the answer there is incorrect. All right. Okay. So for 1B, okay, don't look at it. Well, I think I'm gonna make a note. When I'm sending you the answer, so when you are reading both the notes and the answer, then which which answer here is incorrect. Okay. All right. So that's B. Okay. And if you want to check, the answer once again, you can also go to YouTube for the explanation as well. Okay, right. So that's B, and let's go to C. So explain whether the profit maximizing firm earns economic profit. So in the diagram, can you point it out? Where where is where is the profit? Where is the profit? So when we are profit maximizing, you know, the output. So where is the area of profit here? Okay, WX CY. WX CY. Right, so that's correct. Okay, so that's correct because Q3 is our profit maximizing output, and when we are using that as a price, and we know that. Okay, so here W is our average revenue. Okay, and at this output, our average cost is at C. Right, so W is bigger than the number of C, so we know that there will be a profit. Okay, and when you talk about unit profit, it will be the distance between W and Y. Okay, so if you if you are able to find this number here, use it to multiply it by Q3, then you will get this area here. Okay, WYXC. Right? Okay. All right. Okay, so that's C. Easy. Okay, so let's go to number 2. So number 2 here once again is not, the question is not very clear. The question is not very clear. So the question is asking to calculate the short run shutdown price for the firm. Okay, but you see here the provided information that we only have one set of output. Okay, yeah. How do we know? If I'm using this output here, I'm able to find the minimum average variable cost, right? It's not that easy. Or well, you cannot assume that one here, that 500 output here, when you are producing that output, then you have minimum average variable cost. Okay, so that's why this question is not very clear. But in the answer, it assumes at this output, okay, we are going to get the minimum average variable cost. Okay, so so the key idea about shutdown price is, you see, how do you find the shutdown price is when you are able to find the minimum average variable cost. That's when you can find the shutdown price. Okay, and if we assume at this output we can find the minimum average variable cost, right? So what is, okay, how do we find the total variable cost in here? The total variable cost will be, what's the number for the total variable cost in this question? Guys, okay, can you, okay, yeah, wait. Okay, yeah, cool. Total variable cost. So yeah, Cheryl got the right answer. Kirsty, how did you get that number? Okay, so components and materials. But what about wages? So wages, once again, wages. So when you are talking about wages for the factory workers, okay, then they are also variable costs, okay. But when you talk about wages, well, or you change it to another term. When you talk about the salaries, okay, of the administrators, or let's say the accounting managers, yeah, the HR managers, yeah, the people they are sitting in the office, then they are fixed costs. Okay, yeah, right. Because no matter how many output that we have, we are using the fixed amount of accounting managers. Okay, yeah, we are not going to hire more accounting managers because we are now producing more output. Okay, but when you are talking about producing more output, yeah, we need more labor. Well, we need more labor for more output. So here the wages they are talking about, the wages for labor. Okay, yeah, right. So right. So you see here when we use this number, okay, and this number, putting them together, then we are able to find the total variable cost. So which is, yeah, 80,500. And if we assume, okay, yeah, let's assume, okay, at 500 we are able to find the minimum average variable cost. Then yeah, you just have to use the 80500, okay, divided by 500. Okay, that's how you find the average variable cost. Okay, yeah. So after that, that is your shutdown price. Okay, that is your shutdown price. Okay, because you are trying to find the minimum average variable cost, right? Okay, so yeah, in this question here, so take a look at this, right? The question is not that clear. Okay, I don't, yeah, I don't mind if you felt confused when you were doing this question. Okay, because if you still remember this question that we did, during the class. Okay, so this is more clear. Okay, because right, you have to find the minimum average variable cost. Okay, from different output. Yeah, in order to know at which output we are actually you know have the minimum uh, variable cost. Okay, average variable cost. So this question here is much more clear than the one that we have in our worksheet. Okay, right? But anyway, right? Yeah. So right. Okay. So yeah. So this is how you can get uh, you know 161. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's go to B part. Okay, so from here onward, okay, you just have to assume. Okay, sometimes you just have to make yourself some assumptions. Okay, so here calculate the break-even price for the firm. Okay, so anyone who can give me the answer? So break-even price for the firm. So how do we find the break-even price? If we have to present the idea in average total cost. So how do we find the break-even price? Yeah, lowest point of ATC. Okay, so in this case, yeah, so that's correct. So in this case, how do we find it? So let's assume, okay, at 500. Now, once again, at 500, you will be able to find that lowest point of ATC. So how do we calculate the number of ATC? So the equation will be hello. So first of all, what do we have to find? Yeah, to find the total cost, right? And because we know that this one here is your variable cost and this one here is your fixed cost. Okay, all right, okay, and therefore, if you add all of them together, you will find the total cost. Okay, and if you use the total cost, use it, okay, divided by 500, then you get the average total cost. Okay, because we know that minimum level of ATC, that is where we can find the break-even price. Okay, yeah. So if we do that, if we do the calculation there, then yeah, you will be able to find that. Okay, assuming at this output you will get minimum level of ATC. Okay, so once again, this question not as clear as the question here. Okay, this is more realistic. Okay, you have to actually calculate, okay, the average cost for each of the output and find the minimum uh, uh, cost for that. Okay, yeah. So right. Okay, so B, if you look at the answer, it's going to be like this, right? So put all the costs together, and yeah, divided by 500, the output. Then you will get this 221. Okay, so that's B. That's B. Okay, right. Okay, let's go to number 3. So number 3, explain the break-even price for a profit maximizing firm with the following cost structure. Okay, so you have average total cost. All right, that is 2.5, and the average variable cost, that is $2. So if you see, if this is the only information that you can get from the question, right? So what do you think? What is the break-even price here? So here we are assuming that when they are profit maximizing the company, they are earning an normal profit. Okay, they're earning a normal profit. Okay, yeah. So now they're earning a normal profit. So, what is the break-even price in this question? Yeah, yeah, Ryan. But they are asking for break-even price. Okay, so yeah, 2.5, right? 2.5. Okay, yeah, because yeah, if we assume they are earning a normal profit. So right now they are at the lowest point of the ATC. So that's how we can assume 2.5 will be the break-even price. Okay, yeah. And what about this? What about this one here? So if we are selling it at, well, let's say $2. Yeah, the shutdown price. Okay, yeah, we just have to make assumptions. Okay, because the questions here, they are not very clear. Okay, but when we are trying to train our concepts, yeah, this is what we can do. Okay, the shutdown price. So between 2 and 2.5, you will still produce output. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, so that's the concept. Okay, if it's lower than 2, if you're selling your product lower than $2, then you are going to shut down. Okay, you are going to shut down. You are not going to produce, because if you produce it, then you will lose more than when you are not producing. Okay, right. So make sure you are able to explain that as well, because when we were doing that past paper question last week, there was a question about the concept in shutdown price. Okay, so make sure you can explain it. Okay, so for 3B, okay, explain the short run shutdown price and the break-even price. Okay, for a profit maximizing firm with the following revenue and cost structure. So average revenue 35 and average variable cost 30. Okay, so here, what is the shutdown price and break-even price? Okay, yeah, once again, we just have to make assumption. So let's say they are also earning a normal profit here. So yeah, the shutdown will be 30. And what about break-even price? Yeah, right. That's all. Okay, it's not very clear. And yeah, we just have to assume they are earning a normal profit. So when we know they are earning a normal profit, okay, so this one here is actually their price, right? Because AR equals P equals MR equals D. Okay, right? So 35, that is the price that they are selling. Okay, and if we assume they are earning a normal profit, then that will be $35. Okay, for the break-even price. Okay, so yeah, and if we try to make more assumption, then $30 that will be at the lowest point of the average variable cost. So you see here, right? So that's the answer. Okay, so 35 for average revenue and 35 for break-even price and 30 for shutdown price. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go to number 4. So number 4 here, so look at this diagram, and on the diagram show the profit or loss of the profit maximizing firm. So here, can we see a profit here? Can we see a profit here? Yes. So where is the profit? Where is it? Yeah, I know it's kind of difficult to explain it at using this diagram. Right, Q1. Yeah, that's the profit maximizing output, and the area of profit will be ATC at Q1, right? So here, okay, this is the price that we are selling, And when we are selling the average revenue as P1, the average total cost is at here. Okay, so once again, this rectangle here, that is your economic profit. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so B, show on the diagram and then explain the long run position of, well, so now let's assume I have shown you the profit area. Okay, so that's there. Okay, so explain the long run position of the profit maximizing firm. So where will be, yeah, where are we going when we get to the long run position? Okay, normal profit. Okay, so I would say here. Okay, right? So this line here, this demand curve, will move down until, okay, it hits the lowest point of average total cost. Okay, that is where we earn normal profit. Okay, all right, yep. So that is long run. But how do you explain it? Why? Why it will move to normal profit in the long run? So you see here, you have got a couple of lines here. So they're expecting you to explain. So more firms enter. Okay, so more firms enter and push the price down. Oh, that's correct. That's correct. Okay, because yeah, yeah, they are attracted by the abnormal profit or the economic profit. Okay, so yeah, that is correct. Okay, that's correct. So if you are trying to explain this in paper 1 instead of paper 3, then you will have to draw another diagram for the market as well. Okay, so on the left hand side you have your market, and then on the right hand side you have this. Okay, yeah, all right. So yeah, so that's the correct explanation. So that's good. All right. So AB, all right, done. And let's go to number 5. I think this is the last one that we have. Okay, right. And yeah, of course, before you go to number 5, I'll let you take a look of yeah. So for 4A, right, the area here, that's the profit. That's the abnormal profit or the economic profit. Okay, yeah, or if you want to call it supernormal profit, they're the same. Okay, they're the same, just different terms for that, right? And yeah, so in the long run, it will go down, right, from P1 to P2. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is where we can find normal profit. Okay, right? Okay, so let's go to number 5. So number 5, with reference to the diagram, so try to identify the following. So the long run shutdown price. So where is the long run shutdown price in this diagram? Where is it? 15. Okay, so yes, 15. So that's the long run shutdown price. Okay, so when you are earning a normal profit in the long run. Okay, because now, yeah, in the long run, the resources, they are, you see, they are all become variable. Okay, yeah, and that's why people, they will get into the market or they will be leaving the market. So if that's the case, we need that normal profit as its shutdown price. Okay, if we are lower, if we're selling the product lower than this shutdown price, then why not going to somewhere else and yeah, make better investments. Okay, so long run shutdown price is different to the short run shutdown price. Okay, right. So in the long run, okay, so here the normal profit, that is where the shutdown price is. So 15 here, 15, 1 5. All right. So that's good. Okay, so let's go to number 2. So for number 2 in this diagram, where is the profit maximizing level of output in this diagram? Where is it? Profit maximizing output. Where is it when you look at this diagram? $33. Okay, yeah, here. Okay, so that's good, right? Once again, MC equals MR. Here, 33. Okay, so that's good. So let's go to number 3. The price that enables productive efficiency to take place. Okay, the price that enables productive efficiency to take place. So which price, when we sell at that price, we will be able to get, wait, price. Okay, which price, right? I cannot see 429 here. So 15, okay. So at 15, right? Yes. Okay, at 15, you see here, when we're setting it at 15, then we are at the lowest point of the average total cost. Okay, yeah, right? 15 as a price and 28 as the output. So yeah, at 15, that is your, yeah, that is it. Okay, so that is where you can find productive efficiency if you sell it at that price. Okay, right. What about, okay, B, calculate the value of the profit or loss of the profit maximizing firm. So yeah, calculate the profit, the total profit of this profit maximizing firm. Okay, can you show me the equation? So in this case, what is the total profit? Okay, 30 minus 17, right? 30 minus 17. So this is where you can get the unit profit. Okay, if you sell 1 unit, okay, at this price at 30, then you will get that unit profit. And if you use that unit profit, multiply it by the output that you are selling, so 33, then you will get, you know, the area of profit, so which is here. Okay, so when you look at the answer, so that will be, where is it? Oh, here. Okay, yeah, here. So you see that? Okay. Right. Okay. So yeah. Right. So as long as you are able to find this area here, okay, you'll be correct. Okay. Right. So yeah. Okay. So now we are here. So suppose the current market price drops to $10. Explain what would happen in the long run. So yeah. So now take a look at this. So now if the price drops to $10, okay, so what will happen in the long run? So now the price is here, okay, in the short run. So in the long run, what will happen? Yeah, more firms will leave the market, right? And because why would they leave the market? Yeah, when they're making a loss or when they are not able to sustain the business. So some of the firms, okay, if they're not efficient enough, then they will be forced to leave the market in the long run. So what will happen if more firms leave the market in the long run? Yeah, normal profit. Because see, when you draw your market diagram, okay, when more firms leave the market, so the market supply will be decreased. Okay, Yeah, and that will push up the price until it gets back to $15. Okay, where people they are earning normal profit. Okay, all right, yeah. So yeah, right. So that's C. Okay, that's the answer for C. What about the last one here? Okay, calculate the value of the firm's normal profit in the long run. Okay, so what? Yeah, so what is the the number of normal profit in the long run? So the amount of normal profit in the long run. So what is the what is it? 15 times 28, and that is 420. Okay, so that is correct. Okay, because normal profit you can find it at 15. Okay, price of 15, and yeah, at the price of 15 you are going to have the output of 28. So use this one, yeah, and yeah, multiplied by this one, then you will get 420. And if you go to the answer here, yeah, 15 times 28, and you will get 420. Okay, all right. So that is all for the homework here. So any questions regarding this homework? Cool. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. So that's all for the homework. Yeah, the checking of the homework. Okay. Yeah. So let's go back to the contents. Okay. Right. We have just finished perfect competition. Okay. And in the very last part, we talk about the benefits of perfect competition, and we asked ourselves, uh, you know, some questions here to show the benefits of perfect competition. So we know that in perfect competition, because it's so competitive, everyone they has to be very efficient in order to survive in the market. So at the end, in the long run, okay, the firms that are still uh, in perfect competition, that market, they are going to have both productive efficiency and allocative efficiency. Okay, so you see that's the case. That's why we have to study this model here. We are trying to see in what market we can observe a situation like this. So that will be okay, more like a perfect competition. Okay, right? Yeah, and because of that, because of the efficiency, the goods they are going to be cheaper. Okay, so that'll be great for consumers, and and you can see, okay, in this market there will be a very quick response. Okay, there will be very quick response when something is changed. Okay, when the consumer taste has changed, when the prices, the resource prices has changed, the cost has changed. When things have changed, then people they will respond very quickly, and that's why this market is so efficient. Okay, and then we learn about the limitations of this model. Okay, because we know that it's so unrealistic. Okay, all the assumptions there, they are very unrealistic. Yeah, talking about homogeneous goods is so difficult to find. Okay, a single market with just one homogeneous good. Okay, so that is so difficult, and all the limitations here, they are all based on the unrealistic assumptions. Okay, yeah, and because we assume that's the market, so if you are in the market, then you cannot earn any economic profit. So if that's the case, then you cannot have extra amount of money for more R&D, for more different products. Okay, so you cannot differentiate yourself if you are in this market. And we are trying to assume, okay, there's no market failure. Okay, because we know that when there's market failure, then we cannot achieve allocative efficiency. Okay, and yeah, you know, like in the reality, there is always market failure in so many different markets. So that's why this model is so unrealistic. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, yeah, and right, and now we are going to move on to the next one. Okay, so this is the next one. Yeah, we are going to talk about monopoly. Okay, so yeah, right. When it comes to monopoly, okay, well we have learned that from GCSE, and yeah. So now, okay, before we go to you know, this one, the monopolistic competition and oligopoly, yeah, we want to study the two extreme cases first, okay, and they are perfect competition and monopoly, okay. So if we know, okay, the two extreme cases, then yeah, we'll be able to understand what we are going to get from here, okay. So yeah, once again, this is like a spectrum, right? So when you take a look at the spectrum, right, in perfect competition, there will be so much competition, okay, and no firm has control over the market, and that's why they're the price taker. But if you go to the other side, okay, if you go to the other extreme case, then you will see something completely different, okay. So what we have just recapped about the evaluation in perfect competition, it will be the exact opposite when it comes to monopoly. Okay, if that helps you to remember the points, uh, you know, more easily. Okay, so the evaluations there, yeah, so many of the points they will be completely in the opposite direction. Okay, yeah. So when you talk about perfect competition, there's no way they can do R&D. There's no way they have different products. No, in monopoly, when you're trying to evaluate it, yeah, they are going to be in the opposite direction. Okay, yeah. So yeah, because there's no competition at all. Okay, so now we are going to make another extreme case. Monopoly, there's no competition at all. Okay, and you have you know almost 100% market control. So that's what we call a monopoly. Okay, and from both of them, we know, yeah, what kind of market structure a monopolistic competition is, and what kind of market structure an oligopoly is. Okay, all right. So yeah, so let's go to monopoly. Okay, so monopoly here. Okay, once again, okay, you see, when we are talking about monopoly, in theory, okay, we are usually talking about pure monopoly. Okay, and this is also very unrealistic because in the real world, we just cannot find. It is so difficult to find. Okay, a pure monopoly in the real world. Okay, because in the real world we always regulate monopolies. Okay, and that's why they don't always exist. Okay, but yeah, at the end of the day, we use the model, yeah, to see some insights. Okay, about firms exercising market power. All right, yeah. So you can imagine like monopoly. You see, they are like this. Okay, all right. They're so powerful. Okay, they can actually rob your money. Okay, yeah, right. Uh, and and when you take a look of well, I would say a definition of monopoly. Okay, so you can see right here. So when we are talking about monopoly, there's only one supplier. Okay, of some particular good or service. Okay, and that is why they have, so this one here, they have substantial market power, or you can call that monopoly power. Okay, so one, yeah, I think we talked about this term once very quickly, but it's a very important term. Okay, so when you are talking about market power or monopoly power, so yeah, I would prefer using market power because monopoly power seems uh, kind of confusing. Okay, yeah, so monopoly power is not only for monopolies. Okay, right? As long as a market or a firm has the ability to control the price of their products, then that firm or that market has market power. Okay, all right. So it's not just for monopolies. Okay, so when we go back to the spectrum here, okay, all three of them, okay, as long as you're not perfect competition, then you will have a certain level of market power. Okay, and if we use the idea of spectrum, then you are going to expect the further we go from the left to the right, the higher the market power, okay, that market has. All right, yeah. So monopolistic competition, yeah, a little bit of market power, and then oligopoly, a lot of power, and monopoly, huge market power. Okay, right, huge level, yeah, a very high level of market power in monopoly. All right. So yeah, so this one very key term for you to remember. Okay, market power, ability to control price. Okay, all right. So that's monopoly. Okay. Um, so here, right. When it comes to monopoly, can you tell me some characteristics of a monopoly? So characteristics of the monopoly. Do you still remember? Okay, so the price maker, right? Or price setter. Anything else? So when I see a monopoly, what kind of characteristics that we can find, or what kind of assumptions that we should make? You guys still remember from GCSE? Besides they are the price setter or price maker, what else? Could be, yeah, could be differentiated goods. Could be not, because they don't care. Okay, because you are the pure monopoly. Okay, so you can produce you know identical goods, or you can produce something different. That's all right. Okay, but yeah, that's a good point, right? You know, differentiated goods. Anything else? So what makes them a monopoly? There should be some very key, like key characteristics which make them a monopoly. Do you still remember the terminology? Yeah, barriers of entry. Okay, that is very important. Okay, barriers of entry, right? Because no one can get into the market, and that's why you are the only one selling that particular good or service to the people. Okay, yeah. So that is, yeah, I would say, yeah. Let's use free, okay, as the assumption. So here, look, for this chapter here, it doesn't really matter if we are talking about perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic competition, or oligopoly. Okay, uh, how we teach each of them, the pattern is very similar. So we are going to talk about this, assumptions. Uh, we are going to talk about some characteristics of the market, and then we will talk about the diagram, and we will talk about the efficiency, and then we'll talk about the evaluation at the end. Okay, so you just have to expect this kind of pattern when you are studying this chapter here. Okay, so once again, when it comes to monopoly, we do have some assumptions, and you have given me the assumptions. So yeah, one firm. Okay, one firm. There's only one firm, or you can say a dominant firm. Okay, a dominant firm. Yeah. So talking about, yeah, De Beers. All right, I'm pretty sure you have heard of this company. All right, a diamond is forever. Okay, so that's the most powerful slogan in the century. And because of this slogan here, right, And that's why, when we are trying to propose, okay, make a proposal, we need a diamond ring. Okay, yeah, you will never see a successful proposal without a diamond ring. Okay, and all because of that slogan here. Okay, that's why I have to spend so much money on the diamond ring. Okay, yeah, and so so are the other people. All right, because of them, they are evils. All right, yeah, this company here is very powerful. Well, I should say they were very powerful. Nowadays, not so much. Okay, but like a decade ago, this company, they had control over 80% of the market. Okay, so if that's the case, then we would say they are pretty much a dominant firm, right? When you think about this, you have 80% of the entire, in the entire market. I'm not talking about like a regional market. I'm talking about the world market. 80%. Okay, right? So if you want to know about the details, yeah, go ahead and do some inquiry-based learning about the beers. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't always have to be in this market there's only one seller. Okay, if there are so many sellers in the market, but you are the dominant one, okay, just like the beers back then you are also a monopoly. All right, so yeah, so this is what it's trying to say. Okay, um, and here, so there's no close substitutes. When there's no close substitutes, okay, just like the answer Talia gave us, unique goods. Okay, so here, right, it's like inside that market, okay, or inside that geographic area, there's no other close substitutes. Okay, that is when you can become the monopoly. Okay, so in Hong Kong, very obviously, okay, MTR is a monopoly, right? Because there's no other railway system in Hong Kong, so they are the monopoly, right? If you are trying to get railway, you have to buy it from MTR. Okay, yeah, right. You have to buy the service from MTR, right? Okay, so that's another assumption, and the third one, yeah, of course, significant barriers of entry or to entry. Okay, right? So yeah, if you are a very big monopoly, there are so many barriers of entry that you have created. Okay, right? You see here, anyone who knows this company, Ascom. Ascom is not a Hong Kong company. Anyone who knows this company? No. Okay, so Ascom is an electricity supplier company in South Africa. Okay, and yeah, and they are the only one. Okay, the only one supplying, electricity to the entire South Africa. Okay, and when you think about like electricity supply company, right? They have they have to build up so much infrastructure, okay, in order to run the business. So the fixed cost is so huge, okay, that it will prevent people to get into the business because it's so expensive for the setup cost. Okay, so at the end, right, people, they will be scared away. Okay, they don't want to get into this market anymore because the cost is just too big. Okay, right? Yeah, and there are so many more barriers of entry. Okay, and we are going to discuss about that. Okay, yeah, yeah. I think it's almost time. All right, so I think I'm going to end it here. Okay, I'm going to end it here. All right. So yeah, I guess no homework for this week. So yeah, right. So that's all for today, guys. And yeah, I'll let you go to the other class. Okay, so bye guys. Bye. Go. Go. Bye bye. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.